how the dudes always say back in my day, we did things a little different. Guess what? This is my day, goddamn it. Let me have my sunshine. Let me have my moonlight. Let me give you something that will brighten you and frighten you. I get both Freddie Kruger and Santa Claus at the same damn time. In the same damn rhyme. We changing everything.
Kruger! Come on out here, you bastard! You already start, Kruger!
Kendrick. If this world was mine, I would give all class.
I'm having these dreams. And there's this man. And he's burned.
Freddy Krueger returns in this remake of a classic Nightmare on Elm Street. This time, he wants vengeance for those who wronged him. This is the legacy of Freddy Krueger in A Nightmare on Elm Street. This one explains his origin, how he went from good guy to bad guy, and how the citizens of the town crossed him. Try not to sleep tonight, Freddy's coming. Try not to sleep tonight, Freddy will get you. Try not to sleep tonight, Freddy is coming. Try not to sleep tonight, he's coming to get you.
Oh yeah, we are right back up on this. Today we continue to look at the legacy of Freddy Krueger and his connection to the superhero genre. We shall also discuss Watchmen and a modern live-action version of Scooby-Doo, Where Are You?, which quite honestly is very frightening. Hang on to your seats, it's gonna be a bumpy ride once again. Our adventure begins with an actor famous for playing the most twisted psychotic characters. I'm talking about Mr. Rorschach and the Rorschach's Journal. You think I'm trapped in here with you? You're the ones who are trapped in here with me. Rorschach is a legendary character from the Watchmen universe. I mean, a man known as Jackie Earle Haley. Jackie is famous for playing Rorschach in Watchmen and also for playing Freddy Krueger in a modern adaptation of A Nightmare on Elm Street. Jackie often plays men wrongfully accused of being sexual predators, and this backstory often leads him to descend to madness. I mean, this guy has got the hardest job in the world. I wouldn't accept that. In A Nightmare on Elm Street, he plays Freddy Krueger, a witch doctor who is framed by children for abusing them. This leads to their parents setting fire to him in a boiler room. Long after his death, Freddy Krueger comes back to haunt the nightmares of the children and forces them to admit to their crimes. Freddy is back. He's coming to get you. Freddy Krueger is a very successful, monster. It's one of the most, iconic villains. Believe it or not, Jackie Earle Haley was not always seen as the bad guy, the villain. In fact, he was once a lovable child with a smile just like you and me. Oh, he began his career in the 70s. He made a name for himself for appearing in the smash hit Bad News Bears. He also starred in Breaking Away. Sadly for Jackie Earle Haley, his career took a steady decline. He resorted to drugs and drinking to combat his depression, but it didn't work for him. People just didn't want Jackie playing a goody two-shoes anymore. For that reason, he stepped away from acting and only returned in the mid-2000s. The 2000s offered a big rebirth for him as he went on to binge starring in numerous successful films like Watchmen and Little Children, a movie for which he gained an Academy Award nomination. In 2009, Zack Snyder was hired to write and direct Watchmen. This would serve as a live-action version of Suicide Squad before the Suicide Squad even existed. What I mean is, the graphic novel Watchmen is what eventually led to the creation of the Suicide Squad. And the Suicide Squad also inspired Deadpool and elements of the X-Men. What is most interesting about Watchmen is that the characters are no longer interested in doing superhero saving. We're not gonna save the world anymore. This is because their reputations as gallant brave heroes have been washed down the toilet, tarnished. They have been painted as drug addicts, Satanists, and rapists by the general public. What led to this degeneration? How did things take such a twisted turn? Well, in the world of the Watchmen, superheroes we initially adored and loved, they saved the world so much that everyone embraced their greatness. That was all until the heroes started to seek in their audience. Oh, this guy again. Who told you to save me? They got sick of Superman and his Justice League hero fighting assholes. Their fans suffered an inferiority complex because no matter what they did, they couldn't begin to even match up the works of Superman and Batman. I don't know what kind of voodoo that man uses. I've tried to have super strength start working. So to stop fans from storming their building and eventually trying to kill them, superheroes left their station and stopped all their vigilante actions. No more superhero work today. The result was madness, and villains began to easily control the public and the narratives. Some people wanted the superheroes back, but it all backfired again and again. People would rather have their house on fire than Superman coming to save them again and again. Basically, jealousy and envy were reasoning behind the abolition of superhero actions. In the film Watchmen, Dr. Manhattan, a man who claims to be a powerful spirit hologram person who can, cross into dimensions and destroy buildings just by clicking his fingers, is actually a version of Superman. Superman created a Dr. Manhattan persona to help save the world from horror. In Superman's world, everyone hates him and only wants Lex Luthor and Lois Lane to control their minds and everything. The problem is this leads to destruction and so many inhuman things that you can't believe. In order to save them, Superman, Batman, Superwoman, and even Catwoman go undercover, posing as badass vigilantes who are selfish and don't care about anyone or what else anyone thinks. So basically, they are the real Slim Shady or the Watchmen. I'm the real Watchman. Every other Watchman is fake. It is demoted. So what the real Watchmen save you now? Okay. What happened was Watchmen, initially comprising of the Justice League, later became a gang bigger than you can believe. Some of these members were masquerading as superheroes, and actually they were agents of Satan. For example, the comedian is actually the Joker in disguise. He's the wisecracking wise guy. Hey, who secretly envies you and only wants to sleep with your wife? I mean, she's a hottie. I gotta have her. Unfortunately for the Joker, Superman doesn't let him do that or any of his villainous actions. If he wants to be part of the Watchmen, then he must make a commitment to world saving. You better behave, Captain Grabass, or we'll kick your ass to the curb, you heard? Hey, I'm just having fun over here. Hey. Another mysterious character is Rorschach, played by the legendary Jackie Earle Haley. Rorschach is a psychopath. Freddie Kruger is masquerading as a super soldier who can help Batman and Superman apprehend the bad guys and claim fame again and again. Throughout the film, we are forced to see the world through the tortured eyes of Rorschach. I've been through a lot. He continuously tries to justify his criminal actions by stating he needed to do bad things to save the world. I had to beat that guy to a pulp. Otherwise, I wouldn't justify being beaten by my dad. Rorschach is investigating the death of his close friend, the comedian. What Rorschach refuses to tell us, this is awkward, is that he himself is the one who killed the comedian. Sure, because he's the only one strong enough to do it. Manslaughter. It was manslaughter. He killed him after an argument resulted in the comedian claiming he wanted to snitch on Freddie Kruger and revealed his true plans. Rorschach couldn't handle that, so he decided to take matters into his own hands and decided to kill the comedian. He threw him from the top of a tall building. Oh my god, but even that couldn't kill him. See, the comedian faked his death and resorted to hiding. Joke's on you, Rorschach.
Somebody knows why. Somebody knows.
I heard he'd been working for the government.
Comedian is quite the comedian. The very meaning of Rorschach's investigation serves two purposes: to clear his name and have the focus back on the comedian. See, according to Rorschach, the comedian was an asshole, but he was also a legend who was easily forgotten despite his great actions. Well, bad news for Rorschach. Nobody will ever thank the comedian because he was too much of a villain who was having fun pretending to be the good guy. Due to the details of his investigation, Rorschach ends up in prison for his acts of terrorism. I just had to break a few heads and blow up a few stations, but I gotta get answers. Later, the Watchmen break him out and seek to find out if it's true. But it's true that Dr. Manhattan has turned on them. Manhattan kept threatening to kill everyone and foresee the end of the world Armageddon simply because his girlfriend doesn't like him anymore. Okay, I mean, drama queen. It turns out it wasn't him, but Lex Luthor pretending to be Dr. Manhattan. Awkward. The Watchmen must now negotiate with a madman, or else he could destroy everyone again, like Lex Luthor just destroys things whenever he wants. Ultimately, they come to a strange resolution. If Lex Luthor can be allowed to commit acts of terrorism, then the world once again will be saving. What I mean, you know, the likes of Superman and Batman, you guys are irrelevant without me. If I don't destroy that building, who's gonna save Batman? Come and save us. So which means finally the likes of Superman and Batman can come out of hiding and give people a reason for believing. With this reasoning, some people claim in real life George W. Bush should credit none other than Osama bin Laden for helping him win re-election. I mean, if Americans didn't see that need for world saving, the bombing of 9/11 suddenly swayed their thinking. We're gonna need George Bush for this, man. I don't know if we can handle a peace-loving Democrat. We need some warmonger. Suddenly they wanted a second term for a president who seemed hell-bent on warmongering, which was a mass distraction. Similarly, in World War II, Americans never saw a reason to send their soldiers to fight Hitler. After the bombing of Pearl Harbor, there was a change in their temper. Suddenly, the peace-loving Americans were full of anger, demanded full retaliation for Japan's terrorist actions. In the movie Watchmen, Lex Luthor offers a similar line of reasoning. He's a smarty pants, he's a smart guy, okay? If Superman wants to save the world, then he should allow Lex Luthor to destroy it first. Crazy psychotic thinking. Watchmen was a forgotten masterpiece, too far ahead of its time to be properly comprehended. You remember the guy from, the guy from The Conjuring? He was in Watchmen.
Costumed heroes.
Fantastic. You gotta see it. You gotta. In 2025, Jackie Earle Haley returned to our screens, this time playing a version of Jigsaw in the film called Your Host. The film is a horror based on the Saw franchise and its level of extreme torture. 4 friends, 2 men and 2 women go on a camping expedition. Like, we're gonna get so drunk. Like, oh my god. Things soon turn grim for them when a camera and a videotape appear at their doorstep. I mean, is this a practical joke? I hope this is not my sex tape. That is so embarrassing. A monster then tells them, don't open the video or you'll face a world of horror that you can't believe. Sure, Mr. Ghost. I am a brave person. I'm gonna see what's happening. Unfortunately, these young men and women are very arrogant and stupid. They resort to open the videotape and that's where the game begins. Let's see what's inside the videotape. The 4 then go into a trance. They're transported to a different universe. You shouldn't have opened that tape. In this world, they are prisoners of a spooky masked villain. It's Freddie Kruger coming back to haunt the children that tried to frame a version of him for raping them. Awkward. In this world, Freddie Kruger was a successful host of a children's program. His success spawned many haters. Very children he was working with. Talk about bad co-workers. The children hated him so much that when they grew up, they came back as interns to the secret mission. What was that? Destroy the man who once helped them. After being offered huge sums of money for lying, the 4 friends came up with fake evidence that Freddie Kruger had touched them, okay? Freddie was forced out of his job. You gay now, we don't want no pedophiles in this job. And he was later executed in prison. All because of a lie created by these, little people. In this film, he returns to haunt them. A tortured game they must play to survive his tirades. In the end, all of them try, but none escape. They all face a horrible death. But thank God, it's not real. It's just a video game. The whole thing was a game, a twisted game of virtual reality used to torture wrongdoers. Freddy Krueger partnered with Nicole Kidman's character in 9 Perfect Strangers to create this drug that can cause its victims to see danger when they, in fact, is none at all. I think they used this in other series as well. It's crazy. Season 2 of 9 Perfect Strangers served as a prequel to the events in this film. So let's just say all the 9 Perfect Strangers, excluding the Muppet Man, the guy who was fired from his job for, having a tirade, anger. There was much more to the story that it doesn't tell you. okay? So he set his kids up, put him on 9 Perfect Strangers. So, they're criminals on trial for murder and other actions. In order to correct them, Nicole Kidman staged a therapy session. This session would actually lead to the realization of their worst nightmares. Demonic manifestations, including them being tied and tortured, happen, and it's also awkward. This backdrop perfectly explains the happenings in the Saw movies. None of what we are seeing is happening. It's a nightmare engineered by police to help reform criminals. That's why they're always late to the scene, man. Your host is no different, as 4 friends are tortured again and again until they meet a grim ending. Critics hated everything about it. They thought its premise was too satanic, but then maybe people never learn their lesson. Sometimes it takes something frightening to teach them. Your host is not for everyone, but it's certainly worth watching. Just not with your pastor. He will judge you. We don't want no devils in the house. We want the Lord. That's it. It's like Kanye's kid.
This might be my favorite game.
Rock, paper, scissors.
The Wild Man of Shaggy Creek may be a low budget, but it's certainly worth watching. It's about a family that move into a mysterious neighborhood. In this neighborhood, people have cited satanic happenings like a child being a victim of an abduction.
It's just for us.
You never saw him again. He entered the woods and never came back. Some have claimed they have witnessed the appearance of a spooky man-dog, half man, half wolf. He appears in the shadows and could kill you if you don't yell for help. What is unfortunate is that the new family just moved in right next door to the forest where the wild man appears. Oh my god. Wow, that is absolutely crazy. Their 15-year-old son is out to prove he's not scared of ghosts, so he boasts to his friends that he can defeat the wild man in hand-to-hand combat. I can beat him with one hand. Fair chance, you're a wimp. You couldn't handle such a contest. You can't even beat my sister in a staring contest, loser.
What's in the woods?
In an attempt to prove something to his Russian enemies, his girlfriend, the ballsy kid decides to go on a suicide mission.
In the woods.
Which is what exactly? He wishes to impress his new love interest by going out at night and challenging the spooky wild man to a fight. I'm gonna go out and challenge him to a fight. Oh my god, this is the dumbest kid alive. Maybe not just wait for me to finish the story. Might not be as dumb as you think. Just wait. So when the night comes, the kid goes to the forest with his girlfriend. His aim is to prove that he is brave enough to date her, but he is scared shitless, because what if the wild man turns him into a human piñata? That would be crazy. In the forest he meets the wild man. Oh my god. And manages to confront him. They don't fight, but instead work together to scare the kid's enemies. Okay. The plot twist is one you can't believe. What is the plot twist? The boy is a wild man himself. This whole time he has been pretending to be an ordinary human, when in fact every full moon, him and his dad end up transforming into a wild man. His father is Scooby-Dooby-Doo, and he's none other than Scrappy-Doo, the nephew of Scooby-Doo. They have been working together to scare away children who want to commit exoterrorism again. It's damn crazy, right? Oh my god, what the fuck? That is crazy and terrifying. Indeed it is. The film was inspired by a short story I did, or a song I did, okay? The movie is heartwarming but also very spooky. Find time to watch it and you will see. Just now with your best. Fire. Holy Ghost fire.
Wild man preys on wimps.
What's in the woods?
You should have seen your face, man. You're such a wimp.
I'll sleep in the woods.
Dude, what?
Oh my gosh. Man, you can't do this, Scott. The wild man is real, and you should be afraid of him. I might be a little scared, but that's exactly why I need to do it.
Scott, no.
Look, this is really important to me. I need to prove that I can do it.
He's gonna be fine. He's not a boy anymore.
He's a wild
Can the
man.
boy face his greatest fear?